I just watched the last episode of Lucifer, which overall I don't recommend. It has countless issues, but I watched it to the end, and the last episode, the resolution was so stupid. It was just unbelievably stupid. So the resolution is essentially that basically his daughter comes back in time and says, "Hey, you're gonna disappear," and causes issues, yada yada. And he's like, "No, I won't disappear. I won't abandon you." And then he does. And the explanation is that it's a time loop, that she realizes that by coming back in time, she helped him to see that he needs to go down to hell and help people. So she makes him promise not to change anything, that he'll go back in time, abandon his family, and go help people down in hell. And it's so stupid. Okay, first of all, I do appreciate some elements. I like that they keep the time loop, like you can't change time in this, it seems, because what happens, like there are little things where, like, she scratches the car, dents it or something, and then knows that that's there in the future. So it's suggested that, and of course the entire thing, she goes back in time, which causes her to be angry and go back in time. So it's a closed loop. I like that they keep a closed loop logic and they don't try to cheat it, like, oh no, see, we changed this thing, but no, it's, but, and I also like the hint that, like, I like this notion of it's her line about how it's just a blip in their eternal existence. That hint of how, the all the suffering in this life is justified because of eternity. But overall, it's really stupid, and because of the logic of how it works. Most obviously is, I think it's at the end of season 4, but it might be, I think it's the cliffhanger of season 4, but it might be the beginning of season 5. Is Rory, Lucifer's daughter, when she first comes, she shows up in hell looking for Lucifer. So you're telling me that in all the decades, which is more than 20 years, like she says that she's older than she looks, so it's been decades and decades, she never once went down to hell. Like, she has the ability to go down to hell. She can just fly down to hell whenever she wants. She has that power. Like, and she never went. She never went even once. She never went down to hell and noticed, oh, this is where he is. She didn't know. Like, he vanished for decades, and she never checked hell. Like, no, so not only did it never occur to her to look for him there, like, I wonder where the devil went. Like, she just never went, even just to look, apparently. That, or she did, I don't know, maybe he was hiding from her, but oh my goodness, it's so dumb. Also, it tries to act like there are stakes, like, oh no, Chloe is dying, and this is, Rory is sad. Like, why? It She can fly to heaven whenever she wants, and it even lampshades this, that I don't know, it's so dumb. It's like Chloe says, "I'll miss you," and then Rory says, "I can fly to, I'm an angel, we'll see each other," and she's like, "Yeah, okay." And then, I don't know, maybe I think the suggestion, and I'll get to the next point, which is that Chloe goes to hell, which is stupid in itself. So I think it's because Chloe knows that she's just going to be taken down to hell. But again, it's already established that Rory can go down to hell whenever she wants, and it's not like that was some sort of guilt self-actualization thing, because Amenadiel can do it too. Anyone can, celestial beings have free reign of heaven, earth, and hell. Like, that's just, they can just do that. So why don't they? Like, anyway, so if why were there any stakes? Like, why is death a thing, like, that matters to the Celestials? Like, her uncle is literally God. Her uncle Amenadiel is God. Well, like, why is she care that her mother's dying? Like, I mean, surely it's better to be dead. Oh, I mean, yeah, she doesn't get to be on Earth anymore, but isn't heaven better? I don't know, like, can't a Amenadiel, and if she does want physical existence, can't a Amenadiel resurrect her? Ugh, okay, but then her going down to hell to be with Lucifer, that's also dumb because it's explicitly stated at in season 4. Michael says that, oh, it's okay, Lucifer, hell won't be so bad. Chloe will be there. And Lucifer says, no, she won't, because even God can't send people to hell, because of the rules of the universe, which that's really dumb. But so it's established that, like, only a human can't go to hell unless he's guilty, feels guilty. But Chloe goes to heaven. She doesn't feel any guilt. It sentences her to hell, but then she chooses to go to hell anyway. It's, I guess it's kind of a minor point because there's probably a reasonable explanation, but like they never even acknowledge. They never acknowledge it. Like, okay, there are lots of other plot holes, and I'm sure a lot of them are explained by, oh yeah, Amenadiel doesn't do the thing because he figured out once he became God that there's a reason for all the suffering, but that's fine. I wish they explicitly stated that. That would have been cool, but they didn't. There's the issue of, hold on, why can't Lucifer just come back and visit Earth whenever he wants? Yeah, he's spending, doesn't hell time run way faster than Earth time? Like, yeah, there are a lot of people in hell, but why? But it's millennia, right? Like, a few months is millennia, isn't it? Doesn't it establish that? And Dan says it's been millennia for him, so decades. That's a long time. And he couldn't just pop up whenever he wanted. So it's unclear. Is the issue that going to hell means he's not going to come up? Because if so, why? And I think, I mean, it seems that the real reason he can't come up is because he had to gaslight Rory into thinking he was gone, because apparently she can't just pop down to hell and see that the devil is there. But what happened to all the demons? But anyway, why couldn't he just come up and just not let Rory know that he's there? And if he does get caught, why can't they go, oh, this is Michael or something, like, or, and even if they need to gaslight everyone else so that they don't spill the secret, Chloe knows the truth. I mean, Amenadiel obviously knows the truth. Surely the angels know the truth, which does remind me. So they okay, no, I'm not going to get started on the other ridiculous plot holes, but the climax makes no sense. The stakes make no sense. There are no stakes. There are no stakes. For one thing, it doesn't make any sense. Like, no, you didn't have to sacrifice anything other than watching Rory be gaslighted for decades. Because even if we accept that the only way to ensure that he remembered that he realized that he was supposed to be in hell was gaslighting his own daughter for several decades, he only has to gaslight her, not everyone else, right? Like, he can still come up and see Chloe whenever he wants. And Chloe, why is Rory so upset that Chloe's dying? Like, why she can just go up and see her, like, and this is lampshaded. They acknowledge, like, she says, I'm an angel, I'll see you on the other side, or something like that. So why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? You have probably been to heaven before. Like, certainly you have flown to heaven before. Your uncle is God. What is this? Hold on, no. If God has the power to create angels that can self-actualize themselves into going back in time, surely he can send them back in time. Meaning, if we're working on closed time loop logic, none of this had to happen. All Amenadiel had to do, well, for one thing, Amenadiel should know what Lucifer has to do. So why can't he? Didn't he say no more mysterious ways? So all Amenadiel has to do is say, hey, Lucifer, by the way, you should go down to hell and help people finish their loop. I mean, as if it weren't already obvious that you should have done that. You're kind of dead if you didn't figure that one out. I was thinking that already. But anyway, Amenadiel could have said that, or like he could have told him that, right, without the whole gaslighting time loop thing. I thought he was done with the mysterious ways. Why do you now have to gaslight your own daughter instead of asking your brother to have help? Frick! And if you can't do that, if it has to be Rory going back in time, why not? Why can't Amenadiel send her back in time? Why can't you have a loop? Why can't the loop be that Rory shows up and says, "Hey, you need to go down hell," and then like somehow that it's learning to self-actualize herself into going back in time. Like, I'm not, obviously that wouldn't work for the story. That would not be a good story. I'm just saying that that is a logical thing that would make way more sense than the nonsense that they came up with. Like, it doesn't make, she doesn't have the gaslighter, but even if he did, the way that it's executed is stupid. Because there, oh my goodness, this is a symptom. No, this is the apotheosis, the broader problem where this show just did not think through its own rules. Its rules were inconsistent, and I mean, even if we ignore the multiverse thing, like its rules were inconsistent. It rarely thought through its stuff. It was just so dumb. It was so dumb. But anyway, that's over. Time for Riverdale.